Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I am going to do something a little bit different. I am not necessarily going to be ranking movies, I'm going to be ranking actors. So this first one's going to be the Batman actors. Now, I love all the Batman actors. I think that there are a lot of ones that are underrated or really good. But we need to figure out which one's my number one. So, starting off in number 7 place is, and this is live action Batman. So, in 7th place or last place is George Clooney. I think that George Clooney's Batman was not that great. I think that he suits the movie that he was asked to be in, which is a comedy, not necessarily a Batman movie. I think that there's a lot of, but I think that his Bruce Wayne is really, really good. But I think that his Batman is kind of the weak link here. I think that it's one of those things where it's like, you don't blame George Clooney, you blame Joel Schumacher. Now, I don't necessarily think it was his fault, but partially was Joel Schumacher. It was mainly the studio. It was also partly George Clooney because he didn't do the gravelly Batman kind of voice. So I think that's one of those things where it's like, he was going to come in the last place no matter what, but I think that he is a really good Bruce Wayne, just not necessarily a great Batman. Number 6 for me is Val Kilmer from Batman Forever. I think that he's a really, really good really good Batman. I think that there's a lot of great things about Val Kilmer's Batman and Bruce Wayne. I think that he sounds a lot like Michael Keaton when he's in the Batsuit. You're trying to get under my cape, Doctor. I think that there's a lot of great... the way that he does the voice for Batman is great. So much better than George Clooney, but sounds exactly like Michael Keaton's Batman. It was so good. I love Val Kilmer and how he decided to portray Batman in Batman Forever. Number 5 for me is Adam West from the 66 series and the movie. I think that he suits for what that show and movie was going for, which is basically a Saturday night skit of Batman. I think that there's a lot of great things, and I love the fact that that is the what do you call it, like the way that they wanted to take that Batman, because I think that Batman is really, really good. I think that he's one of the more campy Batmans. I compare Adam West to George Clooney. George Clooney and Adam West are very, very similar with the way that they portray Batman, because the way that those movies and way that show in those movies were made. So I think that he's a step above George Clooney, but he's really, really good. Then number 4 for me is Christian Bale from the Dark Knight trilogy. I think I like Christian Bale as Batman, but I don't love him as much as everyone else. I think that he, not necessarily him, but the world of the Nolan movies are really, really good, and he suits that world of the Dark Knight movies. But I think that he is not necessarily like, when you show me if you show me a picture of Christian Bale, he's not what I think of when I think of Batman. I think of Gore, I think of other roles of his. I don't necessarily think of Batman. Even though they do go, oh yeah, he played Batman. It's kind of one of those ones that I can't forget about, which at least the other ones below him I can't remember that they played Batman. But that's the only reason why Christian Bale's in 4th place for me. Then 3rd place is Robert Pattinson in The Batman. I think that he's a really good Batman. I think that he got the voice. He did a good job of looking that side when the camera is on this side to get the white eyes from the animated series. And I think that he did a lot of great things with the character of Batman. I think that his movement in the Batsuit is really, really good, and a really good portrayal of the younger Bruce Wayne Batman in his second year fighting these criminals. And I think that was really, really good to stand out from the other Batmans. Number 2 for me is Ben Affleck obviously from the DCU in Batman vs Superman, in Suicide Squad, Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, and The Flash. I think that he's a really, really good Batman. I love his Batsuits. He has some of my favourite Batsuits ever. I think that he's a great version of that dark, gritty, Dark Knight Returns, older Bruce Wayne that has been through a lot. That's lost to Robin. I think that there's a lot of other great ideas explored with his Bruce Wayne and Batman, and I think that he's a great older take of that Batman that is ripped out from the Dark Knight Returns comics. And then number 1 for me, of course, is Michael Keaton from Batman 89 and Batman Returns.
I'm Batman.
This is partly because I grew up watching Batman Returns, and I love Batman 89. Even though that it's a bit cringy when he's in the suit and he can't really move his neck, so he needs to kind of go like this and stuff like that. Even in Batman Returns, there's one scene where he actually needs to like fully duck his body without doing that. So it's a little stiff in the movement, but that it's the product of the time. I think that it's a really, really good. Those movies are so good. Batman Returns is my favourite Batman movie of all time and one of my favourite Batman movies of all time. I think that there's a lot of great movies for Batman, but I think Batman Returns and even Batman 89 I really adore. I love Tim Burton as a director. I love how he cast Michael Keaton after Beetlejuice and that sort of stuff. And the fact that he returns in The Flash to be Batman was so cool, and it was just seeing him in The Flash, I was like, this is my first time seeing Michael Keaton on the big screen as Batman. The other times, they would play the other movies on TV, but I loved seeing Michael Keaton return as Batman in The Flash, and he was a scene stealer for me. I was like, yes, I love that. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you liked my ranking of the Batman actors, and also if you haven't already, subscribe to the little bell icon to get notified of future videos that I make, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.